There's this question that I get a lot from people that I meet in Texas. I'm not from Texas. I originally grew up in the Midwest, Illinois, but I moved here 4 years ago and I absolutely love it. It's one of my favorite states next to Maine. But the one question that I get asked frequently is, if you could live on one lake for the rest of your life, whether it be in Texas or anywhere else, where would you buy a house? Where would it be? And I think the simple answer is right here, Possum Kingdom. This is easily one of the most sought after, beautiful, amazing fisheries that Texas has to offer. I've fished here countless times. It's got just about every species Texas has. This is how we're getting back into fishing the South. I've been up in Maine for the past couple of months, and this is the first time in a very long time that we've splashed the boat in southern waters, and I'm excited. We're gonna get after it. Talk about a fishy day. Clouds, bit of rain. It's kind of cold, but it's what we want. Fall fishing is not supposed to be easy. You're supposed to be cold and shivering, and your nipples should cut diamonds. If your nipples can't cut diamonds, it's not cold enough and you shouldn't be fishing. Pretty sure Jimmy Houston said that. I don't know, I forget whose quote that was, but it's not mine. Our mission and goal is to catch a little bit of everything, but primarily freshwater striper. Arguably one of the better striper fisheries in Texas. I think Amistad is right next to that, but Amistad is like 80 foot down from normal water level, so I don't know if that still holds true. I'm stoked. We might even bring one back and do a little catch and cook. It's been a while since we did one of those. And striper can be such an amazing table fare, as long as you keep them in moderation. There's hundreds of thousands in this lake, so we're not going to really damage any population numbers today by catching and keeping one. But I'm excited. Day number 1, being back in Texas. Let's go hit it. Let's do this thing. See if we can find some. I don't know if those are striped bass or what, but there's a lot of stuff going on down there. They're here, I'm seeing them, but not really in the numbers that I was hoping for. Ugh, gross. Fucking gross. Texas does not get rain, especially this time of year. Absolutely crushed it. My God. I was waiting for it to happen. I'm like, oh my God, where are these fish at? Boom. Out of nowhere. It's not even that big of a one, but damn. She pummeled it. Oh, that feels good. That feels good. Well, all it took was a couple of spots and we found our first striper. This is definitely a smaller one, but a nice fish to that. Feels good to come back to Texas and come tight on some stripey boys. Such a cool fish. It's crazy how they're in here all the way down south in Texas. Hell yeah, hopefully this is one of many more. Gotta love those stripes. Yeah, she's beautiful. Man, hammered it. I forgot how hard these things fight, even when they're tiny. First schoolie of the day. Bid farewell. Nice. Well, this is the second spot. We pulled up to a confidence zone, an area where I usually catch them. Turns out there wasn't much going on over there, so we move over to this point. Whenever I try to chase stripers, or I guess fish in general, I'm looking for obvious areas in a lake. This is probably a spot that anyone could pick on a map, even if you don't fish that much, and be like, yeah, I could definitely see there being something living here. It's a long point that comes out that's littered with trees, and surprisingly, I never knew this until I started fishing for striper in Texas. The striper like to hang in the trees like crappie do and bass do. They don't necessarily like suspend on trees, but they like to hang below the trees, and I think they use that as an area to ambush prey. There's tons of bait here. I'm seeing it flicker on the surface. I'm also seeing it on my electronics. The bait's sitting high, and you've got these big blobs on the graph, which are presumably mostly striper, down below. And these fish are so quick, they can come up, grab bait, and then go right back down in their holes without being almost noticed. And that's the reason why we're throwing these absolutely absurd looking A-rigs today, because it closely resembles balls of bait that these fish are tracking down. It's a lot easier for a striper to run through multiple shad, multiple schools of bait, opposed to one singular giant gizzard shad. So that's why we're throwing the monster A-rig today. Legally, you can, I believe, only throw, I say only, lightly, you can throw 5 hooks in the state of Texas. Whereas back in Maine, we were only allowed 1 hook on the A-rig. This is fun though. We may have the opportunity to catch some big largemouth, but that's a good start. Fishing just ambush points. If it makes sense, you gotta think of like striper as like a lion. You know, a lion's gonna hide in the bushes. He's not gonna be in plain view if he wants to kill a zebra or something. I don't know, that was kind of a weird analogy, but you get what I'm saying. Let's keep going. That might be a largie. Nope, there's no way it's a largemouth. fighting weird. He's fighting super weird. Oh, nice striper. Hell yeah. He was up shallow. Oh my God, dude, everything is soaked. Everything is soaked. Come here, buddy. Oh God, you're kind of heavy. Yeah. All right. A little bit better fish. We're working our way up. Like high 20s, not bad. He was really shallow. Maybe I'm fishing a little bit too deep. This weather's starting to roll and it's getting very soupy out here. But hopefully that means that the fish start turning on and biting. Quality little schoolie. Thank you, bud. See you later. Bye-bye. That water's warm. Jeez. Here we go. Another one. Oh, that's a little bit better. They're hiding in the mud. They're way deep down in there. Oh, this is an 8-foot rod, and they absolutely put this thing to work. That is so much fun. That is so much fun. I don't even think he knew which one he wanted to eat. Okay. On the boat, buddy. Okay. Wow. Started to pick up a little bit. We just now stumbled upon a decent amount of them. They're like hugging the bottom, doing exactly what I was describing earlier. Just hiding right below the trees, waiting for bait to pass them by. Now the striper, this is so much fun. These guys are so underrated. I know a lot of guys in Texas chase after them, but for what they are and how hard they fight and how big they get, like, this is a fish to be reckoned with. Number 3, get some more. See you, buddy. Oh, he just woke up. He just woke up. That's a decent one. In my opinion, it doesn't matter what you're fishing for, as long as it pulls like a freight train, I'm all about it. This is a fish that pulls like a freight train. Like, oh my God. This is the heaviest bass rod, largemouth rod I've got in my boat. And these little striper are just wearing it out. Absolutely wearing it out. That's so freaking cool. Come here. It's a pretty light bite. Some of them are hammering it, others are just kind of nipping at it like a largie would. That was not a very heavy bite for sure. Okay, relax. Relax, all right. Relax, buddy. It's gonna be okay. You get you unhooked. Yep, all good. Not bad. Long and lean. Is that number 4? So sick. Decent one. Eventually we're gonna keep one of these guys and bring him back and cook them on the truck, in the bed of the truck, and show you guys how I like to eat them. They can be really, really good table fare. I will see you later though. That one we're gonna spare. He's actually a lucky striper. Whew, 4 fish in and I'm buzzing. This is so much fun. Yep. That's what happens when you striper fish with A-rigs. Gets messy. Wow, I watched him come up. That's a decent one. Gotta winch him out of there because there's so many trees. They'll put you right in the trees. Oh yeah, that's a solid one. That one's healthy. Oh, now we're talking. We're starting to graduate out of that schoolie size and some bigger ones. Oh my goodness. Look at that. It's like he came straight out of the Atlantic. How freaking cool. That one was just by himself. He was like sitting on the bottom like a carp. I wasn't sure if it was a fish, and I wasn't sure if it was a striper. Made one cast and boom, she clapped it. Dude, fish that pull, man. Fish that freaking pull. Doesn't matter if it's a carp, a striper, or a largemouth. As long as you're tight and the rod is bent, it is so much fun. Don't do it. I got you. I got you. That's a little bit better. High 20-incher all day. If you didn't know any better, you'd think this fish came out of Cape Cod or something like that. He's bleeding in the mouth a little bit, so we're gonna send him back. There she goes, long and lean. It's a good fight. Like he was never caught. So sick. Let's keep going. Unless I've got it poked weird. I don't think I do, though. I think it's a decent one. Oh yeah, it's not bad. He's hooked a little weird, but God! When you hear line scream like that, it just gets your blood pumping, dude. These fish are pure adrenaline. Like, just pure adrenaline. Oh my Lord. Something about catching them on bass gear, like, it's wicked. I gotta use my Cape terminology here. It's wicked. It's wicked fun. Holy, dude. Absolutely choked it. One thing I'm noticing is these fish are eating the off-colored swim bait. And that's something I'm going to talk to you guys about here in a little bit, and how I set up my A-rigs for striped bass and also largemouth. I've definitely caught way more stripers on A-rigs than I have largemouth, but there is a bit of a science behind it for sure. It's a fat one. They're down there eating shadleys. That's their primary diet in this lake. It's one of the reasons why the A-rig crushes, because it looks just like a ball of shad. Thank you for playing. I appreciate it. Give you a little kiss. Send you on your way. Thanks for playing. Oh, we should have kept that one, shouldn't we? Keep forgetting we were supposed to do a catching hook today. All right, we'll catch a smaller one. Smaller ones tend to eat better, in my opinion, personally. The little schoolies, really fresh meat. They're few and far between. I thought they'd be more grouped up today, pushing bait around. That may be the case in other parts of the lake, but this is a big confidence zone. I think this is where a lot of striper guys like to fish too, in between here and then some of the northern parts of the lake. But so far so good. We're just kind of going around bouncing from, you know, lay down to lay down, tree to tree, and just picking off singular fish that are, you know, apart from the school. They're moving so quick. I'll find like a school of 10 or 20 and then they're gone. That one I hooked in the spoon, there was like 7 of them all going for it. But after you hook one, it's like they kind of disperse and go on to the next thing. Striper have ADHD times 10. They can't stand still. Oh, there they are. Hello. Come on. Oh, I had him. That might have been a largemouth. Pretty sure that was a largie. I don't feel like a striper. Good God. Hello. Absolute mayhem. Back in them. We just braved through a nice little wet spell there. My wiener's soaked, but we have another striper. I lost my trusty, dusty A-rig, so now we're using something a little bit different. This one's got 2 dummies, 5 hooks, and enough blades probably to build yourself an airplane. But it's a decent little fish. He fell for it. He liked it, so that's good. I think striper don't care. You could probably throw a cutlery set down there and he'd still eat it. It is soaking wet out here right now. Decent little fish. We said we were going to keep one today, so this might be a good one. It's got to be 18 inches to keep. Nice little fish. This one's going to be off some table fare later. Just going to keep one today for a taste test. Caleb's you never had striped bass before, have you? It's pretty good. I prefer the saltwater ones, but these freshwater stripers are not to be slept on. Nice fish. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Oh, here we go. 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 This is happening right now. Oh my God, they're everywhere. They're coming out the rocks like dragons. Come on. Come on. I know y'all want a spoon. I know y'all want a spoon. Yep, he wants it. They're all over me. They're all over me. They're all over me. Crush it. God bless it. They're so for the spoon. Come on. Oh, there's so many of them. Got him. Oh, the spoon. Oh, it's a good one, dude. That's a big fish. My reel's about to fall off. I did not tighten this thing down. Oh, it's a good one. That's a brute on the big spoon. That is epic. That is just so stupid. Come here. Come here. Come here. Oh, God. Absolutely clobbered the spoon. Oh, stop moving. Stop moving. Oh, I need a bigger net. There we go. This is so much fun. I'm losing my mind out here. I'm just like, I've been in this cold water mode fishing Maine for the past 2 months now. Dragging swim baits and drop shots. It's not been the greatest. But now we get to throw giant spoons and A-rigs for some of the most aggressive fish in Texas. Arguably, some of the most aggressive fish in Texas. Wow, that is so cool. Oh, another good one. Vertically jigging this time, something a little bit different. Wanted to come out here and of course throw the A-rig, the confidence lure, but we're trying some new stuff out today too. And It's a much better one. They're just like, it's so funny. I was talking about that fish. I put him back, look at my graph, and all of a sudden there's like 20 of these guys underneath the boat. It just goes to show how quickly they move. All right, send you back. There she goes. Thank you. Oh my Lord. Take a look at what we just caught that fish on. This is pretty sick. I ordered these, I think last week. Basically, what we got here is a striper's favorite meal, and that is a ginormous spoon. Striper are simple fish. They just want to eat flashy stuff. They want to eat swim baits. It's not a very technical species to chase after, but if you find them, a really awesome bait that you can throw that is a lot of fun fishing with is 8-inch spoons. You can throw smaller ones, 6 inches work. You can, you know, try the 10-inch, the big spoons, but this is actually, this might be a 7. This is a 6. This is a 6-inch spoon actually. 6 or 8, might be 7. I don't know. It's not the biggest spoon I have, but it's a really awesome weapon to have in your arsenal. If you can't get those fish on the A-rig and they're right below you, drop this thing down and start snapping it. It looks just like a big gizzard shad. What these fish are eating, like I said, are small threadfin, but they're also eating big gizzards, and gizzards can get about this big or even bigger, and it's just really flashy, and it gets right in their face and pisses them off. If you can piss a striper off, chances are you're going to get them to open up. We're nearing the last spot of the day. This is going to be the final zone that we fish. In all, it's been pretty lights out. Can't complain. Got pretty drenched there for a second. I don't know if you can tell. We accomplished what we came out here to do, and that is to catch some stripers, get back in the Texas groove. We're going to try this last striper spot. If that doesn't work, we're going to go into a cut and see when we catch some green bass, and then we'll meet you guys back at the ramp and show you guys how I like to prepare striper in the back of my truck. We're not going to take it home. We're going to cook it right there at the ramp. Might as well. Super fresh. How's she doing, by the way? Yeah, she's dead. She's definitely dead. But you know what? That's good, because we're going to eat them tonight. Good, healthy fish. Caleb's never had a striper. I prefer striper out of lakes like this that are clean and deep. They just taste a whole lot better. I'm excited. Let's go see if we can crank a few more. That's so... That's a largie. No. They're stripers. What? Dude, that's crazy. They're all like head on in this current. This is pretty sweet. We pulled up to this spot and like Caleb and I like, what's that noise? It sounded like there's like a ripping waterfall. I think it's coming from right back there, but right in front of this inflow to the main lake are a bunch of striper. Like you can see them on the graph. We just caught one right now. They're little fish, but they're all the way in 11 feet of water, and they're using this current that's coming right through here, and it's creating an area for them to kind of, I don't know, feel protected. It's probably pretty clean water too. Like they're all over the place. I was like, are those largemouth or striper? And I even said like, that's a largemouth. It is roaring back there, probably from the rain that we just got. Which, by the way, the weatherman said we were only going to get 1/4 of an inch. I've got about a 1/4 inch in my bibs right now, so that's not possible. There's way more rain than they anticipated, but it's pretty sick. You can still see them down there. They're just chilling. That's so cool. I've never seen anything like that. Not in a freshwater scenario. Just a little schoolie. 11 feet of water, right where there was some current. That's so sick. Oh, they're following me in. Are you kidding me? Wait, what is that? Is that a bass? Oh yeah, look at the shad getting chased. Oh, I can see him. How am I not getting throttle right now on my jerkbait? I can bum on. There we go. About time. There we go. There we go. There's a green fish. All the way back in the cut. Look how he ate that. Wow. It's been a while. It's been a while. Long time no see, Texas bass. Oh, they look a whole lot different than Maine fish, that's for sure. Well, I don't know what his thought process was when he ate this. He thought maybe he was just gonna, I don't know. He's not even really hooked, he's just lodged. I love when they do that. Just seen one bust on a little gizzard shad. Not bad. Nice little start to being back in Texas. Hopefully you get one 10 times your size. Hopefully you get one 10 times your size, buddy, this winter. Still hunting for that 10-pounder. See you, man. That was cool. We were really actively feeding on bait, and my jerkbait just happened to be right there. That was sick. Feels like I'm back on Great Pond right now. That was sick. It's actually a decent one. Is that that's gotta be a striper. There's no way it's a bass. Yeah. Striper on the ultralight. That's so funny. This is definitely a first for me. At least in Texas. I've caught plenty of striper on spinny, but never in Texas. That's so sick. So there must be largemouth and stripers hanging together. That's so cool. Ultralight. That is so much fun. Oh my goodness. He crushed it. That is so sick. I thought there'd be more largemouth over here. No, that's what I thought just ate me, but no, indeed was not. Can't escape these guys, even in the shallow creeks. They're freaking everywhere. So sick, man. Thank you. That was a fun fight on the ultralight. Keep saying ultralight. That was a fun fight on the spinning. See you, brother. Oh, he sees it. Come on. Crush it. That was so cool. That was so sick. Oh, it's a good largemouth. I thought that was a striper. Oh my God, that's a decent largemouth. That thing came hot out of deep water for this. I'm just gonna lip him. Come here. Dude, that was so sick. Wow. Oh, let's go, dude. This is a nice welcome back to Texas. Caught some stripers. Holy, and then, yep, there goes our there's a yacht coming back here right now. What the hell's going on? Look at that. Probably about a high 4-pounder. First day back, we're catching stripers, we're catching largemouth. Hell yeah, that's so dirty. Thank you, buddy. Wow, that was so sick. I was fooled. I was certain that was a little striper. Turns out it's a good LM Busy. Get back down there, fat one. It's crazy. We're at a pretty sweet little monument. This is what is known as Hell's Gate on Possum Kingdom. Red Bull, I believe it is, holds like events here where they had a bunch of crazy people that hop on top of this like 80, 90, 100-foot cliff and they just jump in the water. I don't know what the point is. I think it just is really sick, but it's just a perfect example as to how insane this lake is, or at least the terrain and the fishing. Like, it is not only like grade A largemouth fishing, grade A striper fishing, among many other species out here that you can catch, but it's just beautiful. Like, this is really, really cool. And I want to stop here before we head back and do the cooking part of today's Catch and Cook, just to show you guys probably one of the weirder things that you can find in a lake here in Texas. All right, it's chef time. Let's cook up that striped bass. Had a good day fishing. Got to fish one of my favorite lakes ever, and most importantly, film a video for you guys. So did the catching, now it's time for the cooking. Full disclaimer, I am not Gordon Ramsay. I am not Guy Ferrari, Lamborghini. I'm also definitely not Emerald. So you'll just have to bear with me as I go through this whole process, cooking this fish in probably the manner ever. But it's gonna taste good, so that's all that matters. Okay, yep, there we go. Well, we got our George Foreman all set up. I actually just bought this grill yesterday, not even realizing I already have a propane stove at my house, but now I've got two, so I guess more the merrier. Is that how that works? There's a nice little inexpensive Coleman. I figured this would be kind of a sweet ritual to do in maybe every other fishing video. I don't want to completely wipe out the population of Texas fish, but if we do go out and catch some bass and then maybe bring home some crappie, I'd like to cook it back in the tailgate of the truck here in the parking lot. No better way to eat fish than right from the lake. I mean, where we caught that fish was probably a mile that way, and we're now a mile here cooking it up. So one thing I always like doing whenever we catch a fish, whether it be striped bass, crappie, trout especially, is as soon as we catch them, I like to gill them. So all that means is you remove their gills, it bleeds them out, gets all that fishiness taste. There's a lot of fish out there that people like don't eat because they think it tastes too fishy, but the best way to remove that nasty smell or that nasty flavor is just gill them and bleed them, and that's probably the fastest way to do it. And then furthermore, either to put them into cold water, which we did today, or directly on ice. We didn't have ice, so we put it in cold water in live well, and I continuously recirculated so that water wasn't old and dusty. Everyone's got their process. This is mine. It works. Anyway, so we've got the grill. Do you remember the propane? Did you get it? No, just kidding. We're good. This brings back the old days when I used to film catching cooks out of the back of my old Lexus Land Cruiser. Grill's assembled. We've got our stripey boy. Now time to fillet them off camera and let's see if we can make a meal, parking lot meal, out of a rainy day fishing. Look at that meat. I'm not the best at filleting, and it definitely shows. We got some pretty good cuts out of that striper. It wasn't the biggest one we caught today, but look at that. That's healthy. That's some healthy stuff. And if you noticed, it's not blood red. And the reason why is because we went through that bleeding process. It's really firm. It doesn't smell fishy. Like, it smells really good, not gonna lie. And that's not supposed to happen with just straight up raw fish. So we're gonna lightly rinse the scales off with some cold water, some cold fresh water, not the lake stuff. And then we're gonna get to cooking here. Forgot some pretty essential stuff. Wasn't thinking. I woke up super early this morning and did not remember to bring A, a spatula, and B, a cutting board. So I'm using these tackle boxes, these old tackle boxes I found in the back of my truck as an alternative. Just gonna fillet some of the bony stuff off this, and we should be good. This is lovely. This is definitely like being in the elements right now. It was raining. We were cooking fish in the back of my pickup truck. Not to mention it's cold, but hey, we're here for it. That's what it's all about. He's lit. He's lit! All right, here's the process. We've got our fillets. I've cut them up into small pieces so they fit inside of our pan. Normally, what I like to do is I like to soak these things either in a bit of milk and egg yolk so that they hold the panko or the crust or the seasoning a lot better. I didn't bring any eggs though, so we're gonna make do with some EVOO, as Rachel really likes to call it. Extra virgin olive oil is a nice alternative, and it's less messy. It's kind of hard to pack eggs on a fishing trip, just always breaks. So I'm gonna take this bag, load it up with some olive oil, throw our little cutlets in here. Just gonna soak these jimmies in some olive oil. After we soak these jimmies in olive oil, I'm gonna coat it in some Catch and Cook. My buddy Jay Siemens sent me this, Josh McFadden. Good stuff. I heard it's amazing. I never used it yet. It's fish and game coating. This is the Crunchy Originale. Oh, and the reason why my grill's making that noise is because it's getting soaked. It's covered in water. Ooh, this looks good. I think there's already seasoning in this, so it's like kind of a one-stop shop deal. Oh, there's water in there. I totally forgot, water and oil don't mix. Pretty quick. There we go. It looks a lot better than I thought it would. Like, the oil is just getting soaked right now. I'm surprised I haven't caught anything on fire yet. Bon appetit. Fillets got a little busted in the pan. They're looking a little busty, but they're done. And that's all that matters. We're not doing this for presentation. It's for food. It's for nutrients. And we're gonna try that food right now. I'm curious to see how this tastes. This is probably like the 4th or 5th time I've had freshwater striped bass, but this is the first time I've ever cooked it. And this is definitely the first time I've ever cooked anything in a parking lot. Caleb's gonna try striped bass the first time. I'm gonna try my first ever parking lot striped bass. Always tastes better on asphalt. And we're gonna see if it's good or not. It might suck, and if it sucks, we'll tell you. All right, going in for the first bite. It's a little mushy. I might have put too much olive oil in there. We also have a small bone, extra protein. It's disgusting. All right, going in. Okay. First off, went a little heavy on the EVOO, but it's good. I like the breading. It's the first time I've had this breading before, and I really like it. It's simple. It's literally just breading. It's just crunchy, not a whole lot of seasoning. I probably should have brought some spice with me. We do have some Chick-fil-A sauce. We can always add that to it, but it's really good. It's not bad. It's flaky though. That's the one great thing about striped bass is you get so much meat on there. Like, it's flaky, it's good. It's not super fishy. It's mild as hell. And it's like really good with pasta. Like, I've had striped bass and with like Fredo pasta before, and it's amazing. Not bad though. Caleb, you wanna try? All right. First I'm trying striper. It's pretty solid. Not bad. I would say it's not bad at all. Solid. Like maybe a 6.5, 7 out of 10 would suffice.
It makes the day better.
It does.
It makes the day better.
Absolutely. This is the fruits of our labor right there. Anything that you can compare it to like the eaten in Florida?
It tastes like fish.
Nice, dude. That's super insightful.
Maybe like a catfish.
Oh, nice.
Honestly, like a freshwater catfish.
Oh, cool. That's epic. Like sea turtle, maybe?
Yeah.
Close to sea
Bald
turtle.
eagle.
Yeah, bald eagle. Looks
Manatee.
yeah, it looks way better than it tastes. It's good though. Super, super solid. Not gonna lie. Well, we're gonna. I didn't realize what I looked like, dude. I'm soaked. I'm bleeding. I'm tired. I'm drenched. But I'm happy and I'm excited that we got to film a catch and cook for you guys. It's been a while since we filmed the catch and cook. They're always fun to film. I know today wasn't the most ideal catch and cook weather, but it was a lot of fun and we absolutely enjoyed it. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. If you guys want to see more content like this, where we bring some fish back to the boat ramp in the parking lot and just cook some stuff in the rear of the 250, then drop a comment, give this video a like, and be sure to subscribe. I appreciate the view. Thank you so much for watching. And as always, folks, keep fishing. Never stop.